Hi everybody, it's Steve, and today I'm going to be covering a brand new NFT project that is going to be dropping tomorrow on October 5th on the Wax blockchain. Now, if you get into this one, you're getting one into it before all the ways that you can earn coins are known. So I don't know for sure how good of a play to earn game this is, but some of us like a chance to get into these projects early. So I'm going to go ahead and post this video today, and you're going to have to go to their website, join their Discord to get on their whitelist if you want to get on the initial drop. You could obviously also look to just follow up on the project and see what happens with their NFTs after the sale, as I imagine at least some of them will end up on the marketplace, and we'll have to see if people are trying to sell them cheap because the game isn't really out and you can't play it yet, or if people are holding on to these and holding on to these packs. It'll be kind of hard to tell. There is enough people on the whitelist to buy up the supply of their first drop, so if you want to get into this on the drop, you will have to get into their Discord right away and talk to them and get yourself whitelisted. They're pretty nice about that. They were pretty nice to me. I told them I'd make a video on this. I meant to do it sooner, but I was waiting for some more information to come out, and they just updated their white paper or fight paper yesterday. So what project am I talking about? And this is Fightland. Now, if you follow the Play to Earn YouTube channel, you know that the guy who runs that one is part of this project, and it's kind of like he calls it his project, but he's working with a little team on it. As you can see, the website is pretty well done. They have some pretty cool little artwork. It goes back and forth. The game is gonna kind of be it's almost a game that mimics rock paper scissors in my mind, but instead with punch kick hold. And then it has some different fighters and some promoters and some ways to stake your NFTs to earn certain coins and then earn more free NFTs. But overall, it looks like it could be pretty fun. So they have these 8 different characters and promoters. Actually, was it 12 now? I thought it was 8, but it looks like they've upped it to 12 different people. And these are your different fighter cards that you can get. There will be different levels of rarity, and we'll get more into this as we get into the white paper. I just was going to go through a little bit and go through their website. As you can see, the team, they're not like really hiding, which is nice, but I don't know if they're completely fully out of there. But as you can see, they are all listed here, so you can come and check them out. And then here you go. The Devil Developer Archon is the main guy that introduced me to this. And then if you go here, you can get to their Discord or their Twitter, and you can see they have a link to the Wax blockchain. And then they have a link to their fight paper. So we'll go ahead and really quickly look at the drop so you understand. I'll have a link to the drop so you can get to it. They're selling 800 of the 10 card packs, 800 of the 5 card packs, and 1,600 of the 3 card packs. They range $10 up to $50, so 10, 25, and 50. And it's one of those similar things where if you buy the more expensive packs, when you open them, they have a slight rarity boost or percent chance boost to get rarer cards. They do have a very well made out now light paper or white paper that they call the fight paper. Sorry, I'm going back and forth with that a little bit. So if you want to really understand the project, you should come and read through this yourself. I'll try to cover all the main points for you right now. And the basic things that they want to let you know is it will be very, very simple to play this game. All you'll need is one fighter NFT. So if you just want to kind of dip your toe into this, you can look after the packs come out and after they've been opened to go ahead and pick up one of the fighter NFTs. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some people that have a few extra, look to sell a few of them to earn a little bit of that initial investment back right away. I don't know how hot they'll be. I can't guess for sure. Since you can't play the game right away, if I had to guess, they'll be not extremely cheap, but they'll be cheaper than they could be once the game is out and people are actually playing it and earning the new token they're introducing. They talk about the different fighter rarities. You can come and check this out if you want to know more, but it goes from amateur common all the way to the GOAT, which is immortal. The GOAT is actually a card that can only be earned by playing the game. You have to be the best player of the game, and then they're going to make a card that's kind of inspired by you. And one of the cool things that they're going to be doing is releasing more fighters, and they're going to be combining with other projects to do this, and that's really exciting because that gives them a way to kind of bring other communities into their game. Like you could issue a card for, say, a Crypto Stash or a Ken Bozak, and then their community might want to come play this game. You could issue cards from the Our Planet series or the Alien World series, and then those fighters, those projects players might come over and check this game out as something to do. And it can be something that those other projects can be like, hey, check this out. We have this little cross promotion going on with this other project. It gives them something to show their community while they're working on their project, which is why I think there's a good chance that we'll see a lot of these projects go ahead and be willing to work with them on these releases. Like I said, they have a couple different fighting styles, and this really comes to the fact of whether or not your character is either a good puncher, a good holder, or a good kicker. Those are the three main moves, and we'll go over that little fight system in a minute now that I understand it. They do talk about your fighters need promoters, and it has to do with just the idea of adding an extra NFT to this ecosystem, and it has to do with their staking. You have a rare card, you need a rare promoter to combine them to do the best when you're staking these cards to earn the token that you need to play the game. So as we go into this, they break down the packs, and like I said, you get a little bit better chance of not getting a common as you get the bigger pack. So in a 3-card pack, you have a 70% chance of getting a common. In a 5-card pack, you get a 64%, and in a 10-card pack, you get a 59%. One thing to notice here, if you buy a 3-card pack, you will only have fighters. That means you can play the game, but you cannot do the promoter combo staking. So you need at least to buy 5-card packs to make sure you get a promoter, and you get the most promoters in the 10-card packs. Because there are less of the 5 and 10-card packs out there, there will be an abundance of fighters and less promoters. That's okay, because promoters can promote more than one fighter, right? In the real world, promoters promote many fighters, but usually have maybe their top few that they really, really work hard for. In here, you'll see there's going to be a total number of fighters that are just over 9,600 and 1456 for promoters. So those promoter cards are going to be more rare. If you see people selling them cheap, you might want to pick one up early on. It'll decide whether or not you really want to get into this after learning a little bit more. So the gameplay kind of goes like this. You're gonna get 15 cards put together, and then you each get 3 of them. These cards will be a move that are either a punch, a kick, or a grapple. Depending on how lucky you get, it might be a good card, or it might be a really good punch, an uppercut, or it might be a bad punch like a jab. And basically you will do a round robin, like a random generator based on a few things, including your character's stat for who goes first. And then I go first. I go, okay, I'm going to throw a jab because my guy's a good puncher. I have a punch card. I'll throw a jab. Now you have to counter that with one of your cards. The only way to counter that and win is to go ahead and play a punch card that would have more overall stats than my punch card. So if you have an uppercut, you could play it. Now if your character is somebody who's only a kicker, and you're somebody who does more kicks and your punch score is very low, then my jab might still beat your uppercut if my guy is a boxer who's really good at throwing punches. They'll do the score tabulation, and then we'll clash and we'll see who has the higher score. You can go ahead and win that round that I went first if that I let off the action if you can counter me with a better punch. Now, if you don't have a punch card, then this becomes the next strategy of the game. You look at your 3 cards and you throw out the one that you would not want to attack with because it's bad for your player. So your guy's really good at kicking. You have a hold card. You're not going to be a very good holder, but you have some kicks. So you're like, I'll just throw the hold out. I'll lose this first round. We'll go into the next round. Now it's my turn to play first, so I'll play my good kick. I probably win that one. Now we go to the 3rd round and we see who has the best 3rd round card for the final round, and whoever does wins. That's where this kind of the strategy of the game comes into play. So that this explains it a little bit more, but that's how I understand it. If I'm wrong at all, anybody who knows this better than me, go ahead and leave a comment. I'll pin or maybe make another video in the future. But none of this is final either, as the game is still in development. Now, the basic idea of the game and how fights will work should stay similar to what I am saying, but some of the other things could change when it comes to how much of the new coin they're going to earn and things like that. So there's weight classes. Weight classes, this has to do with, I said, your character stats for who goes first and who does better, who gets more bonuses in early rounds compared to late rounds. There's going to be a lot of strategy in these fights, which I like, because you would think rock, paper, scissors is easy, but anybody knows if you are two very strategic people, you might tie 4 to 5 games in a row before somebody wins 2 out of 3. You could play 10 to 12 matches. So they're adding a lot of strategy into here, as whether or not you use lightweights, whether or not you use punchers, kickers, what cards do you get and how do you play them, and in what order do you go, what 2 rounds do you aim to win out of 3. It's going to be very interesting. I think a lot of people will have fun playing a game that you have to put a lot of thought into, but you don't have to spend a lot of time playing because it's only a 3-round fight. We'll go ahead. There's an idea of some of the stats for the different people. As you can see, like I said, some people have a high punch while they have a low score on a hold, and some people have a high hold while a low punch. And then there's going to be the people who are good at kicking, and then there might be a character in here. I don't really see one that's like kind of overall pretty good, but as you can see, some of them have higher highs in the 50s, but then their lows are really low, like the 15s and the 20s, whereas opposed to the people that are only like in the 40s for their best move, their lows don't seem as low. Well, actually, no. These guys with the highs in the 50s must just be the more rare cards. Here's an idea of what a total uppercut value would be after all the multipliers are put together. They're saying if you had a 5-card uppercut, you might have a 4,510 score. They explain here that you have a card rank times your weight class times your weight class plus your specialty plus your rarity. And that's how this is calculated. So that would be your number you would play, and then you'd see if they could counter with a number that was bigger or not. Here's a breakdown of the stats of a card. So this will be one of the pages on the card. It'll probably be the back side of the card, I'd imagine. Or they might have NFTs that have multiple card frames like we see on Wax sometimes. See here, this goes more into the game rules. See how you have hold defeats kick, punch defeats hold, kick defends punch. So yeah, I was saying something a little bit wrong. You want to counter with the right card. I'm so sorry. That's why I called it rock, paper, scissors. Because when they play a hold, you want to defend with a kick. When they play a punch, you want to defend with a hold. And when they play a kick, you want to defend with a punch, which makes a lot more sense than what I said earlier in the video. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get this out today, so I don't know if I'm going to re-edit that, but I'll make sure to put a note that it is like rock, paper, scissors. You defend with a different action, and you have to defend with the right one. Now, they're introducing a new token. This is called how would you pronounce that? Fightanium, probably. It is going to be a coin on the Wax blockchain, from what I can tell. That means it could end up on the Anchor exchange relatively early once it is released, but final information on the actual supply of the token has not been given out yet. The use cases for the coin have been put out now, and the numbers you will need for each event hasn't been finalized. You will use this token to enter PvE and PvP tournaments within the system. So they're going to be having tournaments where you can just go ahead and enter to play regular bots and kind of practice your skills. And then they're going to have PvP tournaments. Obviously, with any kind of tournament, you're going to be playing against other players. There's going to be entry fees, and there's probably going to be prizes. That's how all tournaments end up working. Now, how do you get this token to be able to use it? Well, in theory, you'd be able to go out into the marketplace and buy it if you only have a fighter, and you would just need to buy enough to go ahead and get into a few tournaments and play the game. But if you don't, if you have promoter cards and fighter cards, then you can use them to stake together. I think you could also use one fighter card and stake it, but then you'd need a second card to go ahead and play the game, or you'd be playing the thing where, like, I stake it for a few days, I unstake it, then I play the game, then I stake it for a few days, unstake it, and play the game. That might not be the best way to do it, but they go ahead and they break down here how you can do these combos, and see if you have at least an uncommon card and you pair it up with an uncommon promoter, it doubles what you can make almost in a given day. Now, these numbers are preliminary, and we don't know for sure that this will be what they make when the game actually comes out and the token is actually in the marketplace. They may adjust these numbers to have them be a little bit smaller. I would say right now, looking at them, the fact that you can earn over 1 million tokens per day at the top level, that kind of makes it to me seem like it's going to be a very, very large token. That to me also limits the idea of how much this token could be worth, but none of that is final. They'll play with it, and they do have a burn mechanism brought in that's going to be very interesting, and it looks like it'll be progressive. Though don't they say not to go by the numbers in the image, just the ideas of the image you're going to see in a moment. All right, I was just checking time really quick. You can see here they talk about the amounts you can make per hour if you stake them without a promoter, and it's the same no matter what. So you could have some of the epic cards, but if you don't combine them with a promoter, you're only earning 960 a day. You really want to have the promoters and be doing the promoting staking, and that's where the extra value to those promoters are going to be in, and that's where the real you're really going to be wanting to try to buy those more expensive packs. So let's go ahead and get down here, and they talk about the PvE matches and the PvP tournaments. I'll let you read about those if you want, but in general, they say a tournament will last for a month, which will end each month there'll be one season. So and that you can earn fight cards. That's the other part I wanted to get into this, is that they're going to have a way for you to earn NFTs. They talk about that a little bit down here in recruiting a fighter. So there's going to be two ways to get them. It looks like you can either win them in tournaments, or you can go ahead and recruit them. To recruit them, you need a promoter NFT, a fight card, and the token. This allows you to go ahead and try to recruit a new fighter. This is where they explain that they're going to try to introduce these new fighters, and some of them will come from their project, and a lot of the other ones that they introduce that you'll be able to try to recruit are going to come from other projects. That's where the hope that you're going to see them team up with some other YouTubers and other projects on the Wax blockchain is coming from, and I do expect they'll be able to do that. It sounds like they already have that lined up, and they're just going to be waiting to do the announcements as they get closer to this game actually launching. Here's the image that shows you how you can recruit a fighter. You'd do a promoter card, a fight card that you would need to win either in a tournament, or you would need to earn by playing the game, and then you put 1,000 of your tokens in. Then the second time you want to recruit a free NFT, you have to put 2,000 tokens and 2 fight cards, and the fourth time it's 4,000 tokens and 4 fight cards. So as you can see, this takes one of your promoters away from staking, and you have to put them over here for I don't know how long at these points, and then 1 card and 1,000 tokens, and the next one 2 and 2,000. Now they did say that those numbers could be adjusted. It might be 1 fight card and then 5 fight cards. It might be only 100 tokens and 200 tokens if they decide to go with a smaller supply. These are things they're still finalizing as they go through the numbers and expected amounts of players. This is where they talk about the different kinds of extras that they're going to be adding, and then they say the results are going to take about 24 hours. So you get your promoter back and you get your fight card back, and users can get a prize as well. It looks like this isn't fully explained yet, so you'll have to really kind of wait for them to put out another update to this as they get closer to releasing the actual game. We'll finish off by looking at their roadmap. So they did get the whitelisting on Atomic Hub, so they are a whitelisted projects. They got animations for the fighters and promoters and minting templates and pack creation all done. So all their packs are all done, and the cards will be there, and they're going to have some animations to them. They did a pack intro video, and they are doing their first pack sale tomorrow. That's what they're doing here, August through October, and they're getting that done on October 5th. Their goals through October through December is to use the funds that they generate from their pack sale to go ahead and finish up the UI and the design of the game, including a motion demo, which is going to be interesting if we actually see our NFTs kind of come to life in the game and do the fighting. That'll be pretty fun. They're doing a lot of back-end development. They're going to line up those collaborations with other projects to introduce those new fighters that are tied into the other projects. They're going to do a second pack sale, so that'll be towards probably, I don't know, they won't say for sure. And then they're going to release the actual token, and they're going to do the programming of their token and move it into the gamification of their site. And then next year in January to March is when staking will start, the closed alpha of the game will start, and then actual PvE matches will start. So we're not looking to actually play this game until the start of next year. So that's something I want to make sure that you understand. If you decide to go ahead and purchase some of these packs, either in this sale or maybe you just want to check out the project and go for the second pack sale, my guess is the second packs could be more expensive or more limited, but time will tell how that works out. that you're going to have to wait a little while to actually get into fighting these. And so you're going to have to resist that temptation to dump these tokens before they're worth anything. All right, everybody, I hope you like this look at the Fight Club. A quick look at their Discord. As you can see, it's pretty popping right now. There's lots of people here, lots of people trying to get whitelisted. A good amount of people just hanging out in here, and it's a fun thing to see. It's a fun community. This super duper kid's always in here. He talked me through some different things, and they've in general just been pretty good about answering questions and lively. So I do think with this project will come out, the game will get launched, in my opinion. And if I'm wrong, it'll be a bummer and I'll have to do an I'm sorry video. But I really think that I plan to pick up a few of these packs. I'm going to try to get 2 of these ones, and probably 2 and 2. I'll probably just try to get 2 and 2. I usually try to buy 2 of any pack I buy. That way I hold one unopened and I open one, so I can kind of have a few of the cards, be able to play the game. And then if the game gets going and popular, then the resale on these could be really good. And I will resell a pack if it'll cover my initial investment. So if I spend 50 on these packs, I'll sell the other pack if I can sell it for 100. I sell 25 on these packs. I will sell the second pack if I can sell it for 50. And then it's like, hey, I'm playing this game for free now. And sometimes the packs go up even more than that. Sometimes they never reach that double, and I just have packs in my inventory and I end up opening it myself later on. It just depends on how much the project grows and how good it is. All right, everybody, take care. Bye.